you.Today because I'm taking the airbrush here. Okay. And you will hear a lot of these sounds that you enjoy. And in fact, I will start to work on the OSL of these crystals and maybe these runes. Let's see if I'm in the mood for very precise work with the airbrush. But regardless, the first steps will be shading areas where there should be some glow. Okay, so today is and then you'll hear the motor, you would say, or the of the air compressor. If you have one at home, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, well, then you will hear. It's likely that you will hear. So I have thought a lot about how to start. And I think I will start with this Black Lotus from Vallejo. So because it is a bit, my airbrush can rest on this. It's a cleaning pot that also do the handle. I give my paint a good shake. And I think I'm also going to add a bit of purple, vampiric purple, just to give it a hue, but I want it very slightly, well, punchy but dark. All right, it's good. I have my friends here. When you airbrush, these may be your best friends. Thinner, flow improver, and cleaner. Yes, it's very fun because you see which one I use the most. The cleaner, because I like clean airbrush. Flow improver, because you improve the flow and you have very little impact on the opacity of the paint. And the thinner, well, let's say I use it for paint, but I don't think these express colors that are just like the contrast range from Games Workshop need it. And also, yes, some water. And so I have my water here. That's everything you need to airbrush. Tissue and a crappy brush to load the airbrush, in fact. So first I will load a bit of water inside here. Put it here. Just will spray to see if it sprays without. Yes, good. We have some water here. Very good, it's working. And after that, I think I have some more water. I think water is great. It has no impact on the... Well, I mean, sometimes if you use too much thinner or something, the paint will be easily reactivated with the next coats. And because this is just the beginning of the OSL, a bit of water, so this I don't need yet. Thinner, okay, but just a bit of flow improver. I have used water as the thinner, so yes, just a bit of flow improver. It's kind of high viscosity, well, low viscosity stuff, but more than water. You see here in the cup, it's keeping some of this shape when I touch it. So now I mix it with the water. I won't load, and yeah, I do this, and so it's kind of lubricating the edges, and so when I drop the paint in, I can start to mix the paint like this to kind of break it, and after that I will push it, well, I will grab some of this and kind of dilute like this. So I will start with slow, 1 drop of the black, 1 drop of the purple, nothing too drastic. Okay, and then I will mix them before they reach the... Okay, I will open both of them so I can load them quickly. Okay, so that's the purple, that's the black. Okay, let's start with whichever. Here is the purple, 1 drop, and then the black here, 1 drop. I will mix them. I will grab a bit of this, mix them here before they fall in the, and I will just grab some more of this dilutant, and now I think I can mix them and push it in and mix well. I get a beautiful, very dark purple, which I think is very appropriate for what I need, but I will see when I straighten the minis. I will start with areas that have little visibility. If I don't like it, I don't want to spray it where that would have a high impact. And I don't do too much, because if I like it, then I will do more. If I don't, well, then I will survive. Okay. Now let me... okay, so that's my cable here. Let me close these. Don't want to drop them everywhere. So that's a bit of preparation. I'm wearing also a mask, a face mask. It's pretty light, made in Japan, very good. The lightest I have found, and have a good, very hermetic. Let's pick the mini that I like the least, which is this one, just because I like the others more. And then I will start to spray where they will be. Well, this one has very little. Okay, but I will try here, maybe under the arm here. Okay, it's working. Let's do it. Let's start. It's pretty good. Not too strong, but that's exactly what I am after. Just redefining the shadows. Especially where I'm about to have the, for instance here, where I'm about to have the OSL on the area darker, because the OSL will stand out more if the area is in the shadows. Also, I can check if my light placement is relevant. Here maybe a bit more, something like this. So it gets more dramatic if you have more contrast between the light and shadow. Okay, something like this. Oh yes, I think the very subtle purple hue is very relevant. So that's all right. Here I would say maybe in the shadows, like this, and this, sure. Something like this. Here as well. Yes, just retracting my highlights so they are focused in more specific areas, and that will look all the more dramatic. So excuse me, I just need a bit of adjustment. Okay, something like this. Yes. All right. Oh, here, sure. And it's pretty transparent, so there is no killing blow here, except if I go spider web, but I wouldn't, because well, hopefully I won't. Spider webbing, I don't think I will today. Something like this. Yes, and so this guy in fact has very little, so maybe here. But that is slightly counterintuitive because it's on the head and that's where the light should fall, but I will still reinforce this the shadows in this area just because I want to increase the contrast with this stone here. Yes, let me adjust here, I think it's better. Whoa, that's a bit crazy. So now, because it's too much, I'm just taking my water here and I will be quickly wiping the excess here. Okay, so I keep the nose here and the front of the face very light. But already, I think we can see. Oh yes, hello Betty Boop. Yes, Betty Boop. So okay, here I wait for it to dry and then after it has dried, I have another pass, and so that is kind of demystifying the airbrush, where it would be easy to think that it's just easy, quick, and magic. In fact, it is. I do many passes, many transparent passes with it. So. Yes, and that's enough, I think, because it's on the heads here. So just reinforcing slightly the shadows. I think it looks pretty good. Good enough. And at the back here, I'll do something like this. Yes. Whoops, too much. So just wiping here the excess. Okay, I think that will be good for this guy. Maybe. Yeah, I think really that's enough. I don't want to. Oh yeah, maybe here behind the arm here, although it's already pretty dark. Something like this. Okay, just because I will have here, I have the pipe, and here I have OSL. So also on the armor here, you see I'm adding some shadows on the armor, because here there will be something as well. So nothing too drastic, but here again, shadows. The more shadows you have, the more dramatic it looks. Whoops, oh my god, this really. So here, wiping, and that's good enough. Here, why did this happen? Like the big spray like this? Because there might have been something blocking the little hole where each sprays from, and so all of a sudden unblocked, and so I had this big burst. But it's not game breaking, so that's okay. Just like that. And in fact, I'm spraying everywhere I will have the green OSL, just preparing a darker area to have more contrast. Maybe here, you see here, this area, if I want to have an OSL here from this pipe here and there, I can't have, although here it's a, let's try, you know, live and learn. If it's a mistake, then I will see. In fact, so I want to shade this area, but because I have the arm here, this is a place where the light should hit. So let's see if some shadow in this area will look bizarre. I think it's good. I think it's all right. And you see now how it's a lot darker. Let it dry and have a second pass. Something like this, and so I will have a chance to have a stronger OSL light in the shadows. So, and it kind of look like the shadow from the pipe from afar. So, and here under the shoulder. Okay, something like this. I think it's good enough for this guy. It's not the one that has the most to do on, but it's always a scary step. So, okay, let me try to see if these. I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough. So 1 to go. Well, 5 to go. I mean, 1 is done. Yeah, so this is a lot more work. Let me do, yes, they have the same pose like this. Kind of the same here, and now the arm. Sorry, here, maybe you can see better. Okay, so I never realized how much you had to shoot with the airbrush to get some shadows. Well, it really depends how you do it. It's because I'm very cautious. So I spray something that is very thin down, and then here now I have just air to make it dry. I don't know if you see here on the camera, it's not dry yet. But soon, here is good enough, and then here I'm starting to spray again very gently. And here I have built up the shadow. Here you see in this area now, but because I do it with very slow, I'm very slow on the trigger here, and I spray very little paint. If you are to base coat or what, then you spray a lot of paint at once, and that's faster. but here the skin is done, the armor is done. In fact, that's the last steps, so I have to be do a very clean job and be very careful. So here it's okay. Some areas I can just spray and not pay too much attention. Like here it's okay, just this big area will be in the shadow. It's a larger area, so no problem. Here, I think, let me check. Yes, I think I will have some good OSL here. So shadow, shadow, shadow. Maybe this arm here. Oof, runny. So if the paint gets runny, then I will wipe it, because I don't want to have a mark of the paint. You would see the drop of paint. No, I just want the smooth transition given by the spray. So you can see, I think I have sprayed for maybe 6 or 7 seconds, and the spray just came in the last 1 or 2 seconds. And because I'm spraying and then I'm trying to play on the trigger to start to let the paint out, but at least as little as I can. So I'm going very slow on the trigger, and that's why I have to spray for a long time. Like here, nothing goes out, and here I think it's about to start. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's a bit darker. Here also I want it darker. Yes, because there will be the glow from these pipes here and there. So I want this area darker. So when I'm spraying like the first 90%, nothing happens. And then when it starts to come, usually it's very quick and I stop, because I don't want to flood the area. Oh yes, and here in fact, I didn't see this big pipe here that's gonna emit a good glow. So here and there, I want it also pretty dark. Whoops. Here you see how it's pulled. It made a pool, and then because of the pool, when I started to brush, so here I'm just feathering lightly. Here there should be some light, so I don't want to put too much. Yes, also I'm taking my time, because you see the skin, everything has been done. Just paying attention that I'm not putting too much shadow. So here you have some light, here as well. Let me show you here, here, and there, and also a bit here, and slightly a bit there. Let's have more shadows here. Because I have the pipe, they will be glowing on his leg here, and that's why I'm adding some shadow. So it does the shadow from the pipe, the projected shadow, and inside this projected shadow, I will have the OSL. Well, that's the plan. Okay, so here nothing has happened for a very long time. It's also because if you look at the state of my paint inside, this means that there is something blocking the area where the spray comes out. And also I did a very little quantity of paint, so now I'm pretty sure there is not much left in the tank, so I may have to reload. Let's check. So all of this is bubble, but not actual paint. But I guess it's all right. I still have some. Let me add some water to have a look. Breaking the bubbles. Yes, you see, very little paint in there, but that's good enough. That's good enough. So let me check something. I'm going to just clean up a bit with a big spray, and I'm going to reload, in fact. So I will be with a flow improver. Okay, just like the first time, a bit of water. And because, like I said, the first time I made the mix, I didn't load too much in case I would not like the mix. But I think now it's fair, it's good, it's what I need. And so I had 1 drop of black, 1 drop of purple, but now I will have 2 drops of each. And so I should be able to keep spraying material for a longer time. Okay, let's load the purple, 2 drops. Okay, whoa, it's rushing in. So I want to mix now because I don't want these big pigments to get at the bottom of the cup. That may, how to say, block the, I don't know how to call that there at the end. Buse? Is it the buse? I'm not sure. Okay. Let me take care of the purple here. And now the black. So shaking again because it has a good tendency to split, and because it has a lot of blue, I want it to be this very dark blue and not lighter shade of it. Whoops. I feel that I need more water in that because now that's a lot of paint inside. And yes, now I have this very dark purple that I was working with, and I think now I should have less bubbles. More water, although this is pretty liquid already, so I think that's about right. Yes, okay. And so I really go hard on the mixing because I don't want any issues once I start spraying. And now also let me get rid of my sweater. Whew, because this is quite tense. All right. Let me check. Now I'm checking this here on my. It is a good example of what I'm doing on the miniature here, and the spray and how much I have to, you know, play with the trigger to get this very, very tiny. Oh, black, here we go. And that's exactly what I'm doing on the miniature. And so it has to be slow because it's, you know, how you feel. Sometimes the paint would flow, sometimes it wouldn't. Okay, something like this maybe. Okay, now here the same. Okay, that's all right. Now here some more shadows as well on the legs, the thigh. And because it's transparent paint, I still have a gradient of very deep shadows and some of kind of a mid-tone in there that I'm keeping. But I also have to spray on an area that is big enough because I will have to spray some green as well. And so if I'm too tight, I don't have no place to spread the green inside of this area of shadow. And maybe do something here. Here at the end. It's working very, very nice in my favor now, so that's great. Let me check. Yeah, I have to forget. No, so here I cannot get rid of the light because it's a place where the light would hit, so I won't touch it. This may be here, down here, on the armor. Not sure my mix is strong enough to cover that though, because that's not the same tint. Well, the undercolor here. So here, because it does not come off, I feel that there is, so I'm just doing that to clean up. And I let more air, and that would push the kind of residue that is blocking, and now it should be all right. Nah. It's gonna end up badly. Oh, it's okay. Wow, okay, good. It has worked well. I was afraid that I would spray too hard. I think I still have a line here. I did here, look at that. I will be getting rid of that. Just feathering out. Even though I have lost some of my work of shading, I don't want any hard lines like this. Maybe I need a bit more pressure on my airbrush. Okay, here we go. Here you see, it's not really coming out. Oh, it's better. Okay, I added a bit more pressure on my compressor to push more of the paint. Because I have two ways, whether I dilute more, but I don't want to dilute too much, and so I just added pressure to push more, have more power pushing the paint. Yes, I'm doing a very strong shade here, but I think that's good enough. And so I will have room to build some of this OSL in the dark. Let me check where else this cannot be done. It's already done here. I have the highlight from the daylight, and I will have something from this just here. I think that would be done as well. You know, I think that will be it for this one. Yes, more on the legs. Pipes, yes, okay. Here. So look how much bubble I have. I don't like it. So here, I think I haven't thinned down enough or something. So half of the time is really maintaining the tool to be able to brush, to airbrush. So here I'm also adding some water in the mix while I just get rid of the bubbles. And now I will spray a little bit just to get rid of the thing that is blocking. And now getting back to the mini. Is it this one? No, it's a different one. Yes, this one I have done already. It was the first. So here I put it further away. These the ones I have to paint. Let me bring them closer. Yes, so now I know. This one I have done. This one I have to do them. Here we go. Okay, I think that's good enough. Checking here, I think I need more shadow. Oh yeah, something like this, looking good. Yes, here maybe. Not quite, but okay, a little bit. Something like this. Here as well, I will have a good OSL here on this area. So I will shade it. You see, I have a lot of bubbles, so it means dilution problem. But as you can see, here is already very light. But whatever, as long as I can do it, then the problem with the bubbles is when they get at the very top here, they would explode, and that would put some droplets on the mini. So in fact, now you see I've sprayed quite much, but it's still pretty light because it's so diluted. It doesn't have quite an effect. So we'll just add a bit more pressure again. I think it's not the dilution, it's the pressure. Okay, let's try here. I think it's a lot better. Yes, and now you see soaking the bubbles. So started with a very low pressure because I was a bit careful, but and then it's about adjusting. Now here it's a good area to have some shadows. Wow, okay, I can hear it struggling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let me check. I may have to empty the cup, clean it, and then come back. Let me check. Of course, that's not what I want to do. So we'll try alternative options. And in fact, I will again. So a trick that I've never seen anywhere on YouTube when it's like this. I don't want to move the needle too much. I will add pressure a lot more and spray on the tissue. So I have one. Oops. 1, 2. Okay, 2 halves. I have added more pressure. Okay. Now I put the pressure back again. If you have too much pressure, that would cause spider webbing especially if you close for details like this. Okay, let's see. Wow, it's just not working. Incredible. You see on the thumb here? Okay, I think let's try again and again. Whoa! Okay, so to drastic problems, drastic solutions. So here, wow, all the bubbles, and I will add a lot of flow improver. Okay, drastic, because now I'm really fed up. I've been very patient with this, but it's a classic, classic. If you have ever airbrushed, and you see, sometimes it's easier, sometimes you have this problem. In fact, the contrast paints and the equivalent express and stuff, it seems like you don't need to thin them too much, but that's not true. So let me check now. Of course, what I really want to avoid is to have to kind of clean up here, to empty the cup. That's not really the option. You see here the bubbling. It's very, very bad. So here, oh yeah, let me try something else. Airbrush cleaner directly on the brush. Come on. Oh, too much. And now that my brush is loaded with airbrush cleaner, I will clean like this the needle. So my brush is very, very, I mean my airbrush is very, very gentle. So it's not really getting rid of the, oh wow, I can see here, the tip is covered. Okay. Oh, have you seen that? I've gotten rid of the big patch of paint that was. You see that here? That's the culprit. That may be the culprit. So just getting some airbrush cleaner. Oh yeah, now I have a good needle, a clean one. So let's try again. You see that? No more bubbling. Here we go. $1 million problem solved. So I've been working with the airbrush for sometimes, I would say, I still have these problems. It's inevitable, except if you have an absolutely precise recipe, but I don't. Very good, some more shadow here. Patience has paid off. Okay, so a bit more shadow here. Let me check where else. I think it's good enough, really. Maybe here at the end here. no more bubble. And so that's pretty happy ending, really, because the worst would it be to have this inside here, to have to clean up this pot. It means emptying the cup and everything. So I'm really glad I solved that. Okay, some more shadow here, although it's already pretty marked. Let's try again this. Okay, oh yeah. And now all of that work has brought me to a very thin consistency. But I can still work. And now that it works, I will do the job. Quicker. And so that was worth it. Here I see accumulation of pigment. No, I'm mistaken. So here, okay, again. So here I'm just drying the mini. Okay. It's pretty dark, but I want it darker. I take the risk. I don't know if I want to reload the paint to have a thicker consistency. Not sure, because now I have my working consistency. So, but it's very, very, very liquid. You see here, it's taking me a lot of time to tint and darken the area. Let's do another feet here. All right, something like so. I will have to reload. Try again. One drop of each. It's not my Russian name. One drop of each. That's a good one. One drop of each. Okay. I think I will not add any thinner, and I will pay the price for it, maybe to run again into the problem of having the needle covered. Like this, okay? Now that should be a lot, that should have a lot more coverage. I think I may benefit from having a strict recipe, but I'm not a strict recipe guy. That's really the problem. Maybe that would make me a lot more efficient, though. I work on the feeling. I feel the paint, and the paint feels me. Okay, trying. Okay, now I have, I think, something decent. And I will try again on this area here, the elbow. A lot better, that's a lot better. Now that's very dark. Yes, I was on the leg here. Okay. 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 Darker, darker everywhere. I think that's good enough. Okay, and this is very dark already. And okay, let's go. Let's continue. I have no other area here that will need the OSL. Let me check. Maybe this here? No. Maybe a little bit here. You see this patch of blue skin here? Okay, just slightly. No need to overdo it. All right, to the next one. So let me check. Oh, this is dark already, but you see how this is going to take a strong OSL. Very nice, I love it. I'm excited, sorry. Maybe I hope I'm exciting for you guys to watch. Just trying to not go too fast, because if I forget something, it's really annoying to get back the airbrush when it's cleaned and everything. So this, in fact, would deserve more shadow. Okay, something like this. It makes it all more dramatic. I like the purple, very subtle purple hint that it brings. Let me airbrush this. There is a dot of white. Okay, so that's two, but of course that was a lot of struggle. Okay, here will be this armor. You see how I don't have bubble anymore, so now I'm up for a good session. That will flow so much better. I have this here. Okay, very good. And here, let me check. That's good enough. Here we have the pipes. Here as well. Although it's already very dark. We have some here, but it's a bit far away. Hola. Okay. Darker. Whew, now I'm breathing really, because I had a little bit of stress. Let me check. Here I have big rock on the head, so that will emit light on his head. I have an area of shadow here, but I will strengthen that. Just feathering here. I think it's going to look pretty good at the end. I used to do the OSL straight and not adding the shadow, but hopefully that will pay off. Like here, this area here. Oh, wow. Here I'm cleaning up. I don't want any mark. Okay. Let me dry the thing. And again. Okay, it was pretty dark already, but now it's even better. Let me think. So here is hopefully where I will try to modulate the intensity of the glow, because here I have a lot of light, but you see it's on this line here. I think it looks very good, and so I don't want to have some shadows in there. So in fact, the OSL on this area will be very weak, because the OSL is a fight, a struggle between, let's say, your ambient light and the light from these elements that would emit the light. And so usually your ambient light is stronger if your daytime is stronger. And so the OSL will win the battles only in these shadow areas. So it doesn't mean that everything should be enlightened. So this, here that's the ambient daylight that wins on these areas. Here, I think I will have darker. Okay, it's nice. Let's go here on the leg. So here I want to keep this highlight, but underneath it's already very dark, but let's go even darker. One Drobovich. I will change my name for this. It's epic. Hey, Labubu. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, so this, like that, maybe up there. Yes, okay, more shadow. So I would say it's a bit counterintuitive. You start from the dark, you build up to the light, and then you reapply some shadows. Well, that's a back and forth. Oh yeah, so here, I think I have a good look at that. So when I see that, I'm just looking for lines where the OSL would look good. And because he has the feet on here, there would be here some light from the emitted here green light. And look at this rim here going up here and to the armor here. So I will darken this whole area. Just keeping the light here, I think is good. But here I need more shadows on the very edge here. Hey Sean, so do you want to get out of the Games Workshop range or do you want to stay in the plastic range? That's the big question. Of course, when we take this here, I have to really put it very close to the camera so you guys can see well. It looks big, but I understand that when you have it in hand, like, oh my goodness Lord. So you have two ways. Whether you just buy bigger miniatures. So for instance, this is a rat ogre. And so a Skaven, so Skaven from the rat people from Age of Sigmar, which is the fantasy line of Warhammer. The infantry line is half as big. And so here, in fact, I have more room to work on all of these details. So that's one way, is to just go for bigger miniatures like ogres, monsters, and stuff. If that's not the, if you want to just practice on other miniatures, let me show you something. Grab it, it's off camera, but I will do it for you. Here we go. Wow. Okay, go. Whew. So here is another piece I'm working on. So the light comes from the left, and here it's getting some night light here. So this is all brush work. So here, this piece should be a lot smaller, but when I printed it, I enlarged the scale. So this guy, I think, should be maybe half as big, or maybe 2/3, but I wanted it bigger, and so I just increased the scale, and so that's how I have bigger miniature. Let me show you a very, very small one. This is, I have decreased the scale, so if you compare the size of the two, like this, right? So you can do that when you 3D print miniatures. If you want Games Workshop plastic, well, then you buy bigger models like ogres and stuff, okay? And so here, if I compare it to this guy here, like that, but the scale is not the same. And this one is absolutely tiny, like this. Pretty much the size of an infantryman, a Skaven. I think this is, yeah, a very good size for a Skaven infantry. I think that's pretty much it. So that's one thing. Hopefully I have answered your question, sir. Oop. Let me put that away because I don't want to spray on this by accident. Put it away, and then I will continue because I had my perfect consistency in my airbrush, and so it hasn't dried. Let me check the tip. You know what? I will act preemptively. Give me my airbrush cleaner. I will have my drop onto my brush, and I will clean the needle. So I can spray in peace. Like this, very good. And then I will clean my needle. I don't know if you see here. It doesn't shine because it's covered. So I'm rubbing the airbrush cleaner on top of it. And just with the hair, I don't want to bend my needle. I think, let me check the other side. Whoops. Okay, I'm cleaning a bit off camera. And now you see the needle is shining again, it's clean again. So to answer your question, if you can play in-game, it depends if it's a friendly game or competition official games. If it's friendly, just you have to make it clear what is what before you start. If your opponent is okay, then everything is okay. You can write it on a piece of paper so you don't happen to change. You know, people don't like proxies. Proxies is you use a miniature instead of another and you say, oh, this is a Space Marine, for instance. Because some would change, well, some cheaters would change in the course of the game. They say, oh, no, that's not this, that's something else. So write it on a paper, you say this equals this, and you have a reference. And for if you play with friends or even outside, if you have a clear reference, that should be all right. So let me please. Okay, do this. I had this idea here to darken this area. And here I have to clean up because I have a ridge that has happened. How many am I painting? I'm painting non-stop, and for the amount of minis, it depends. It depends. Here I have 6 of these guys. I had 40 of the infantry. I had one big. They have a big catapult. I think I had 4 leaders for the miniatures. One on a +1 on a big rat, and I had 6 other rat ogres before. And then I will have the big boss, the big one. It's Bone Coal and Thankle or something like this. Bone something. It's like the Gracier riding the biggest rat. And so I think that's about it. Okay. Again. Oop, here, see, too much. And it is kind of dissipating here, but oopla, just, yeah, that's better. I want the shadow just at the bottom and keep that pretty clean, but that's fair enough. So I have room to have my green coming in here. And also it's enriched with the purple, so that's pretty cool. Slightly too much purple though, so I will add a bit of this black. Again, with more water. Okay, 1 drop is enough. Okay. Okay, now I mix. Some bubbles are coming back, or maybe they were there from the previous go. And in fact, I'm very cautious with the shading I'm doing. I was thinking of going with the black, but I may, after this pass here, I'm just trying to see what works. Let's see if it's enough darkening. If not, I will go back with the black inside of this shading, so that will be a lot more risk-free. Hello, Sprue Bolter. How are you doing, guy? How are you doing, man? Here we go. So now I have diluted with the water, so I believe it's enough. Let's try. Okay, it's pretty thick, but let's do it anyway. And so I will go here on the feet. Okay, so I feather out here this line, and now I'm a lot darker here and here on the foot, so that's okay. I think that's fair enough for this. Well, I'm doing good. I'm adding some shadows here with the airbrush on these 6 Stormfiends. So there is always a fight to keep it flowing with the airbrush. So yes, here on this foot here, that's something I would maybe bring to the black as well as this here. Yeah, okay, it's dark enough here and there. Okay, something like this, and here as well. Okay. Let me check. Oh, definitely here on the butt, because there is this pipe here that would be green, and so so this is a Stormfiend. Stormfiend is kind of a rat ogre for the rat people. So rat people are Skaven in Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and they are very old race. So I'm pretty sure you can find them in the old world. Okay, that's better. Ooh, that was one big spray, but it did not do this kind of webbing and stuff, so I will keep it. Something like this. All right, one more on the butt. Okay, and then maybe here, the inside here. I'm a bit far from a camera, sorry. Okay. Here again, some more. So you see how I'm building it very slowly and carefully. But doing that with a brush would be even longer. And that's why it's not like, oh, I'm too slow, it's frustrating and stuff. I can get these kind of smooth results, just being careful. Yep, and you see, because here there is the pipe, there will be some OSL on this inside here. That's why I'm darkening this area. Okay. This is a bit drastic. But that's fine. And let's have this area again. Just increasing the drama. Okay, something like this. And that's good enough. Oh, and the legs here, everything will be a lot darker. In the intimacy of the Skaven Stormfiend. Okay, something like this. It's good enough. Nobody's gonna watch underneath here, so. All right. This will be done like this. I have one more pass here. Oops, that's a bit too much, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, here has some light, but okay, I'm just giving a good amount of shadow here because I have a highlight here. I don't know if you can see here, but it doesn't make sense because it will take the light from this source here, in fact. But this, I don't quite have the paint here in the cup to deal with that. That would do better with just acrylic paint and not like the kind of what I'm working with now, which is the transparent express color. This is kind of contrast paint. So I may just have to leave it like this and have another pass later. This looks all right though. Okay, something like this. Here again. Okay, very good. More drama in the shadows. I think here a little bit maybe. Okay. Maybe here underneath. Okay, something like this. Again, and here. Okay. Here everything is darkened. Here it's all right. Like this. Whoops. A bit of overspray up here. Although it's a bit in the in shadow, so it's all right. Like this. Okay. And what areas? This here. This I have the pipe here. Ooh, and the feet here. Wow. Okay. This section here needs a good shading. So I don't care if I'm spraying on the tail or on the pipe. The pipe, I don't care because it's not painted yet. And the tail, well, it's not the point of focus. So anyway, so here on the armor, okay, here, foot, feathering out a bit here, because on the very edge here it will catch some light. Okay. I will use the air blow from afar to just dry it faster. If I'm too close, I will push the paint away from where I want it, so I will not do that. Okay, it's pretty dry. Here another pass. Okay, I think my needle, yes, my needle is covered here again. Okay, so I will do a clean so here I'm just putting it directly, opla, here we go, on the brush, and just wipe here the needle from the side. Works well if you can get in there and push, push, push. Like this. Wow, you have a big coat of paint here. Here we go. Wow. Look at that here. You see that? Wow, that was that. Blocking the needle. Okay. So let's keep airbrushing. Yeah, now there is no more block. Here we go, let's continue on this guy's foot. Oh yes, wow. That's exactly what I am looking for. Here you see that? From light to dark. And so I can place my OSL inside, and this will look very, very good. So that's dark enough. Maybe here on the foot. More. Okay. And something like this, I believe that's pretty much it. Maybe like here a little bit. Okay, something like this. Yes, fair enough. And okay, on the butt here, a bit more. Something like this. Again, I have this overspray here, not in a good place. Good. All right. Let me shade this area here. Something like this. Bit too much. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This I think is done, is good enough. And this too. I think I will keep it like this, and then I will always be able to correct it if I have any issues. But this looks fine. I think I'm gonna have a break here. I have done half, 3 out of the 6, and I may come back later today. Maybe when I say later, I mean maybe 5-6 hours or so. Maybe yeah, 6-7. And I will come back and finish the squad of the 3 here. So you have them, you see them here at the back, and I have the 3 that are done here. I will finish the 3, and then I may take some black and go even further in there with some black, and then I will start the green, the actual OSL. All right. Okay. Whew, had a big spray here, but it's all right. Still happy ending. Here. Okay. Oh yeah, it's so much better. Just the slight touches. And even if it's not perfect, then it really helps. Okay, here we go. Maybe here again, more. The more I can do, really, the better. Because the darker it is, the more dramatic. So here I'm very happy with my mix. So I have this, let me show you. 2 colors, Magnolia Black Lotus and Vampiric Purple. Shading this. Really wanted to bring in some purple in there. I think it will complement the green very well. And also complementary to the blue and a good contrast with the green. So I think. Okay, good. And that's why I haven't worked on the stones yet, because I knew with the spray it would go over it. Alright guys, well, thank you for tuning in and for sticking with me for this live. I hope you enjoyed and maybe you learned something. If you did, if you have, please subscribe to the channel. I have also long form videos where I do dioramas and mini shorts where I go back on the painting lifestyle maybe, or tips. Thank you very much guys, and see you around. I will be back with these miniatures to continue the job. Thank you guys. Well, if you have any questions, can take some time. Let me do the cleanup. So let's check. I haven't finished here the cleanup, so the cup. So it's a bit of shame, but I don't want to start because somebody's is waiting for me to go out and play, and so priorities. Okay. Yeah, I have a good amount here, in fact, of my mix. But whatever, I will put it here in my cup. Oof, a few drops, yes, okay. A lot of bubble, but not much in the cup, that's right. I will wipe it right away. Here we go. Rinse it. Oh, I'm putting some purple everywhere now. Well, it's okay, I guess. Rinse it again. Like this. Now I'm especially careful to wipe the edges here, because you see that's where the paint has dried, so this is dry pigment. Oh no, I won't do that. I will do like this to get the paint that is at the bottom, empty it, and then after this I will clean the edges like this. Hop, here we go. Now you see, hopla, cleaned up. I won't spend like ages on the cleaning because I will spray again tonight. So if I store it and don't spray for a few days or for some times, then I will have a good old clean like that. It's fine enough. Now I should spray in that pot here. You see, just to get rid of this, I will. Okay, now I will add some water like this. Again, check if I have anything. And that will still leave me with, and yeah, okay, I will spray some on there. And then I will spray some on the tissue to see if I have some paint left inside. It's possible. Let's check. Whoa, this is pretty transparent. This is pretty clean already. So good. Put that back in. Then I will get rid of everything here. You see the cup is getting emptied. Yes, and now airbrush cleaner. And that's our friend here to save a lot of time. And let's see the needle. Oh yeah, the needle you see here. So I will do just like that. And well, let's see if sprayed, that will be enough to clean the needle. If not, I will come back and use the brush. Let's see if I can save some time here. So I spray inside this. A good spray. Let's check. Oh, you see it hasn't cleaned the needle at all. So let's do it again. just a few drops because it won't clean more than it has already. And here I clean my needle. I think I may need to here like this. It was not a good idea to go and get some of this cleaner in the cup, because if I had some of this pigment on the brush, then I put it back on here, so not good. Okay, well, I will get rid of the everything and clean with my little hands. Okay, so here we go. I don't really have to get rid of the pressure if I don't touch too much. So I need a clean tissue, which I don't have on hand. So here I have this like AFK going right back. So guys, I'm just going to grab a tissue and I'll be back to clean this airbrush. So maybe 25 seconds. Okay, I'm back and I have my tissue. That will be good enough. I will take alcohol here. All right. Okay, I will split that in two. I should have taken two, but I'm a bit in a hurry here for you guys. Hoping to do it fast and efficient. So here, that's my alcohol here. Getting the needle. Oh, it is in fact pretty clean, pretty nice. It looks a lot dirtier inside. So that's clean in fact. Cool, so clean rub will do here. And so I still have pressure in the airbrush. So here, if you see, but I don't need to, wow, oh, it's clean, Okay, very good. Well, either way, let's have a little, so I can show my routine. Like this, alcohol. Ooh, that's a lot, but that's all right. I do like this. The tip, I make something like very pointy. I will go inside this part here, and you'll see that we'll grab a lot of paint. That's why I have the alcohol. And now I just twist and twist. Like this. Yes, I feel that I am at the end of it, so that's good. And now that I'm in a good position, I just twist and press, and you see how dirty that will come off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Not as dirty as I would have thought. This I don't need to clean. And now the needle, and really that will be it, because tonight I will use it again. So maybe, I don't know, it was 5 minutes, just quick maintenance. Oh, you see here, the needle, still some. But today, just to summarize, the main problem was the paint drying at the tip of the needle and preventing the spray from coming out. And well, let's do that as well. As clean as it can be. Yep. These edges, some people they have very dirty airbrushes. I'm not this kind of people, because I like to see what is happening. I'm Mr. Clean. And so here I can see, and now I'm sure there won't be some kind of dried paint that will fall in there and block my brush at the first spray. I think it's already enough work like this. Okay, so that's my thing here. I would go in there and clean, but yeah, I could do that just to see if I have some paint. Here my brush is airbrush is pretty clean, so I don't need to, but okay, like this. Here we go. So I have this kind of tip like this, and then in fact here, yeah, okay, going through here, I want to get into, yes, exactly this, you see here, because I have the habit to pull the trigger before I push, and so some paint would fall back in there here. That's you see, let's check. Yes, you see that? I knew it. That's my problem, but that's good enough, I think. Yeah, nothing here is affecting the spray, so let's put that back in. I will check through the hole that is here. I don't know if you can see. Let me check with, yeah, light. I have still not had, but I have a needle that is stronger than this one and is meant to clean. So, but here it's not necessary. Here we go. Put that back on. Okay. Now the needle. Just making sure I don't hear any bizarre noise or liquid noise. Okay, I'm in. Good. Now I do that like this. I check that it pulls well, like this. Put that back on. I should not forget this part here. Give it a wipe, just for the fingerprints and stuff. It's not me, officer. I didn't touch that airbrush. And now I will empty my tank and open it and let the water flow off, because it will the pressure will create some water, and with time that will create some rust inside the pressure tank. So it's not here in the airbrush, so we'll just empty it well, and here we go, ready to go for the next session. And I will deal with the tank once I have finished the live. So thank you guys. Please check out the channel and subscribe if you want to see more of these lives and shorts and long format. In the long format, I keep it for the dioramas, the full process. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.